Hello everyone. Hope you all are taking good care of yourself, right? Okay. Your teacher Mr. Vinayak Jashwal is going to start chapter 14 Perspective View and Net of a 3D Object of your book New Learning Mathematics. So children, let's start the topic. Children, in our earlier classes, we had been dealing with the solid objects like cube, cuboid, cylinder, and sphere, etc., and plane figures like rectangle, square, triangle, and circle, etc. While drawing the shapes of 3D objects on 2D plane, did you ever compare the actual object with its shape on a plane? No. So children, when we look at different objects from different position, they give different look of their size and shape. So children, here in the chapter we will learn only the perspective view. Okay children? Now what is the meaning of perspective? Actually, perspective view, just see, look on the screen children. Perspective means viewing or seeing a 3D object in a 2D shape. Okay children, means the art of drawing object so as to give an effect of solidity and relative distance. So children, in simple terms, it means only viewing a 3D object in a 2D shape. So what do we notice? We notice that as an object goes farther and farther, as an object goes farther and farther from our eyes, it becomes or looks smaller and smaller. Okay children? Now children, we can understood this the perspective with the help of a movie projector or a 3D object and a large screen. I am showing on the screen children. Look everybody, this is the diagram. With the help of diagram we can easily understood the meaning of, that is, perspective view. Okay children? Now in this diagram what do we see? Children, in the picture given below, the shadow of a bulb is shown. Okay children? The shadow of the bulb is shown. Okay, in the first figure, this is the first, this is second. So children, the size of the that is shown, which is the perspective, this shadow is actually perspective image. Okay, this is our bulb and this is our children eye, or you can say movie projector, and this is real object, and this is called screen. Okay children, this is called screen children. Understood children? So in this picture, what do we see? The shadow of the bulb is this shadow of the is called perspective image of the object, that is bulb. The size of the shadow of an object depends upon the distance of the object from the projector. Okay, the size of this shadow depends upon the distance between this eye point and bulb. Okay, so what do we see? The size of as the object moves closer to the screen, what do we see? The size of the shadow also decreases, and finally children, it becomes equal to the object, like here equal to the bulb. So children, what do we see? Object closer to the screen, just see, and here children, object farther from the screen. So the shadow of the bulb is bigger in this case. In the second case, the size of the shadow is smaller. Why? Because as the object, that is bulb, moves closer to the screen, the size of the shadow becomes smaller. So children, the image projected on the screen, just see on both the diagram, this is called perspective image. Okay children? Now next topic children, eye point. There are some terms which you have to know in case of perspective view. The first term is children eye point. Okay children? So what is the meaning of eye point children? The viewing position is called the eye point, camera point or station point. Try to understand. The viewing position is called the eye point, camera point, or station point. Like in the diagram, this is our eye point. Okay, or you can say camera point or station point. Okay, children. Next one is, children, vanishing point. It's a very important definition. Try to understand, children. Vanishing point means it is that point where parallel sides of the road or any object appear to meet. See the word appear or seems to meet after some distance. Okay, when the road is drawn in perspective. Try to understand, children. It is that point where the parallel sides of the road, or you can say any object, appear to meet after some distance. Okay, when the same object is drawn in perspective, like here, road is drawn on perspective. Like for example, children, perspective view of railway lines, of perspective view of stairs, perspective view of road. Okay, these are the examples where you can see this vanishing point. Okay, let me show you with the help of example. Now look on the screen, children. Here is the diagram of the railway lines. Okay, children, you have all seen in your daily life, children. Now see, railway lines which are parallel. Now these two lines are parallel. You all know. Seems or appear to meet at a point. Just see, these two parallel lines are meeting at this point. Just see. Okay, so it shows that after some distance these two lines are meeting at some point. They are not actually meeting. Okay, they seems to meet. See the word seem or appear to meet at this point. Okay, so it seems as after that point railway lines are vanishing, or you can say disappear. Okay, after this point you may say that these two lines are vanished. So children, that is why this point is called vanishing point. See the word vanishing point. Understood, children? I hope you understood the meaning of vanishing point, children. Now note, it is only possible in perspective viewing. See the line, children, is very important line. This is only possible, children, in case of perspective viewing, because railway lines is drawn in a 2D plane, or you can say it is drawn on a 2D plane or two-dimensional plane. So children, if a 3D object is drawn on a piece of paper or a plain paper, then only you can see that vanishing point. So children, it is only possible in perspective viewing or perspective seeing. Now children, why this happens? What is the reason behind that, children? Just see, angle formed by these rays decreases with increasing distance. Try to understand, children. Angle formed by these rays with decreases with increasing distance from the eye. Let me show you with the help of example. Now see this, children, this is the diagram of the railway lines. Okay, these are, and here is the vanishing point, children. Now if this is the eye point, or you can say a station point or camera point, children, you are seeing from here. Suppose this ray strike at this point. Just see, so this is the angle, first angle. Okay, children. Now again another ray which strike little bit farther, suppose at this point. Let me show you with the help of point. Suppose this is a first point A. Okay, children, this one is B. Okay, this one is C, and this one is, children, D. Okay, children. So in the first case, if you see the two rays coming from the eye point strike at A and B, so this is the angle, children. In the second case, from the two rays coming from the eye point, that is strike at C and D, again this is the second angle, children. Now second angle, children, it is smaller than the first angle. Okay, children, second angle is smaller than first angle. So as we do like this up to here, what do we see? These two rays are coming closer and closer. That is why angle formed by these rays decreases with increasing distance from the eye. That is from the eye. So as we go in this direction, what do you see? This angle becomes lesser and lesser and lesser. At some point, it becomes zero, and at that point, you will see, you will get a, that is vanishing point. So this is called vanishing point, because at this point, children, your angle will be zero. Angle between the two rays must be zero. Now children, other characteristics of perspective drawing. Okay, now we have noticed so far that objects get smaller as they move away from the observer. As I told before, this is the characteristic of perspective drawing. Whenever you see a drawing that is in perspective, you will see the objects become smaller as they move away from the observer. In the example which I discussed earlier, right now. Okay. Second, objects which are evenly spaced or equally spaced, like railway lines or hand or trees, they actually do not meet. They appear to get closer. Like here, just see the two parallel lines appear to meet at this point. They appear, okay, they do not actually meet. Okay, so these two are the characteristic of the perspective drawing, children. Okay, now next topic, children, horizon, or you can say level. The level at which a viewer sees an object is called the horizon. The level at which a viewer sees an object, that is his eye level, okay children, is called horizon. Now in the picture given below, children, just see the three persons are standing here. Okay, the first person is bigger than the second one, second person is bigger than the third person. Now all I have, just see in this diagram, I have shown the horizon with the help of red line. Just see, red line in the picture, the horizon is shown with the help of red line. Just see, children. So what do we see? In the first case, the level of horizon is above, okay children, above this globe. Okay children. In the second case, children, what do we see? There is for the boy, you can say the level of horizon is passing through the globe. In the third, that is girl, the level of horizon is passing through below or bottom of the globe. So what do you understand by this diagram, children? In the picture, a man, girl and a boy are watching the globe placed in a position at the same height. Just see, at the same height. Okay, at the same height, children. Okay, so if we see carefully this diagram, each of them sees different part of the same object. It happens because object which is higher than the viewer's eyes will appear above the level of horizon, and the viewer will able to see at a least bit of the bottom. Just see, only small portion of the globe this man will see. Okay children, I hope you understood. Okay, now in the second case, just see, in the case where for the case of boy, the level of horizon passes through the globe, it means that boy will see maximum part of the globe. Okay children, we will able to see maximum part of the object, because if the object is on the level of the horizon, because for this boy this globe is on the level of the horizon. In the third case, that is for girl, the same case, children, like of that man, her level of horizon is below the globe. So children, in the case of object is below the level of horizon, then the viewer is able to see at least little bit of the globe. So girl will see again small part of the globe because her level of origin passes below the globe. Okay, children. So this is the actually meaning of the horizon. Okay, children. Now, children, one thing important point: the vanishing point generally lies on the level of horizon, children. So if I say in this three case, the vanishing point will always lie on the red line for each case, children. Okay, children. So the vanishing point generally lies on the level of the horizon, children. Okay. Now look here, children. Let us see perspective view of a cube. Now, children, we know that a cube is a 3D object. Okay, 3D figure. Okay, children, you all a cube is a 3D figure and it is drawn in 2D, that is two-dimensional figure or plane. So whenever you draw a cube that is 3D figure on a 2D plane, what do we see? The back portion of the cube is farther from the eyes, which gets smaller. Like in the diagram, children, just see this is the shape of cube, okay, and this is the back portion of the cube. Now this back portion of the cube is farther from the eyes, so it is smaller. If you look the length of this back portion as compared to the front, okay, children, the length is little bit smaller, or we can say it's because it lies farther from the eyes. So children, back portion of the cube is gets smaller and smaller. Okay, children. So if we want to find the vanishing point for this particular cube, because this is a perspective view of a cube, try to understand the meaning of perspective. So children, actually this drawing of a cube is in a perspective view. Okay, try to understand. It is drawn on a plain paper. So actually 3D cube is a 3D figure, solid object, but it is drawn on a piece of paper, so it looks like a 2D plane. Okay, so this is called perspective view of a cube. So in this case, if you see diagram is like this, children, you will naturally find a vanishing point also. Now move this, extend this side to the back side. Okay, this side also to the back side, and this side also to the back side. You will see at some point all these lines will meet at that point, and that point is called vanishing point. So children, in this way we can find out the vanishing point. I hope you understood. Now children, next topic of discussion is floor map. What is floor map, children? A map of 3D figure when drawn on a 2D plane. Okay, children, a map of 3D figure or solid figure which drawn on a 2D plane, that is called floor map. Like floor map of a house. Just see, this is a floor map of your house. Okay. Now from the floor map, if you see this floor map of, I like for example, gives what type of information, children? One door. Just see, one door. One door. This is your one door, children. Next information, four windows. Just see, children, one window, second window, third window, and four windows. So four windows. Door is on the front side. Just see, door is on the front side, and there is one window on the front side. There is one window on the front side. This is your front side. So children, this is called floor map of a figure, 3D figure, because house is a 3D figure, and this is your floor map because drawn on a 2D plane. Now children, what is the meaning of deep drawing? One more topic is there, children. Deep drawing. Just see, children, I am showing on the screen, children. Try to understand the meaning of deep drawing. Okay, children, what is the meaning of deep drawing? A special way of drawing the 3D object, that is suppose house, which gives all the important details of 3D object, not you can say almost. Okay, children, which gives almost all the important details of a 3D object. Like here, children, the same floor map when drawn in a deep drawing what do we see? Just see, this is the back portion of the house, children. So here in the floor map, children, we are seeing this window and this window also, but in deep drawing, children, we are not able to see the this back windows, okay, which are on the back side of the house. So children, that is why I have said it gives almost all important details of a 3D object. Floor map can give you all the important details, but in case of deep drawing, children, it will give you almost all the details of the 3D objects. So this is called deep drawing. Next topic, children, nets of a solids. Okay, children, what do you mean by net? Net is 2D, or you can say two-dimensional tool for representing the three-dimensional object. Very simple definition. Anybody ask you what is net? You will say it is two-dimensional. Okay, children, it is two-dimensional tool. Try to understand, tool for representing the 3D object, that is three-dimensional object. Let us try to understand with the help of some examples, children, like net of a cube. Just see, this is our net of a cube. It is drawn on a 2D, two-dimensional. Okay, so this is a tool. Why? To represent the 3D object. So if you see, this is the actual shape of cube, and when drawn in the 2D, it is called net of a cube. Open all the sides of a cube, you will see in this way diagram looks like. It will become a 2D shape. When you open all the sides of a cube, it will become 2D shape, children. Okay, two-dimensional tool. So children, if you see the net of a cube, all the sides are square, and how many squares are there? 6 square. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next, children, net of a cuboid. Net of a cuboid. All the sides of a cuboid are rectangular, children. Just see. This is also rectangle. This is also rectangle. This is also rectangle. This is also rectangle. Net of a cuboid. This is a net of a cuboid, and this is a shape of cuboid. Okay. So here also how many face? 6 face. Just see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So 6 rectangular faces are you can see in the shape of, that is net of a cuboid. Okay, this way you can check it. I hope you understood. Next one, children, net of a cone. Net of a cone. Just see, this is a net of a cone. This is the shape of cone, actual cone, and this is the shape of net of a cone. It has one sector. This is called sector, children. This is called sector. You will learn in higher classes. And this is a circle. Okay, so in the shape of in the figure, that is net of a cone, in the net of a cone, you will see it will have one sector and one circle. So it has one sector and one circle. Just see, now it is numbered 1, that is a sector, and 2, that is a circle. That is the base of a cone. Next one, children, net of a cylinder. Try to understand here. Net of a cylinder. What is the meaning of net of a cylinder, children? If you draw the net of a cylinder like this, you will see it will have a rectangle and 2 circles, children, and 2 circles, children. Okay, just see, it will have a rectangle and 2 circles. This is a rectangle, children. This is a net of a cylinder. This is the actual shape of cylinder. Now when you open, it will look like this, and this is called net of a cylinder. In this case, one rectangle is shown here, that is 2, marked with 2, and the upper and the lower faces are in the shape of circle. So children, 2 circles, okay, and one rectangle in the net of a cylinder. And children, note, a sphere does not have net. Okay, remember children, a sphere does not have a net. So children, that's all. I hope you have understood the chapter, that is perspective view of solid objects and net of a solid object. So children, keep practicing. Till then, thank you.